y'all, what's up, what's up? It's your girl here, Leah. Welcome to the channel. So yes, welcome. I just want to let people know I do reaction videos as well, and I also do commentary as well. I do both. I like both of them. So I just want people to know, if you're confused about this, I have done commentary in the past and I enjoy doing them, and I also do like doing reactions. But yes, let's talk about Kiss of Life. So Kiss of Life had to come out and apologize for their live stream. But before we get into that, let me play you. Before we get into that, we're going to talk about what is culture appropriation, what is a ACES. I'm going to look up that word too as well. I'm going to add that word in there as well. And then I'm going to use an example of what a culture appreciation by XG and by Psy. I'm going to use them as an example. But first, we're going to show the video first as to what they did. And then I'm going to come back with, my thoughts.
마음에 안 들어. Who's that? 자꾸 우리 주인공이 이렇게 마음에. Who's that? Wait, who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Come out. Who's that?
So that's just clips from their live stream. And as you can see, when I first saw this, I was like, who are they trying to be like? Who are they trying to sound like? And they show the three guys and they're black. It's like they're trying to sound like these black guys. I don't know what was the occasion. I have no clue. People are saying that this is ism. This is full of ism. I don't think this is ism, but I believe it's something else. But before I go into it, I want to read some of these comments. It says, since when do that is ism? Like, girl, get a life. You want to understand them, just do it. They won't care. Somebody said, being black K-pop fan is exhausting, bro. Belle and Julia are Americans too. The thing that gets me too is that Belle posted after stating, we hope you will continue to be our fans after the live. So she and the girls probably knew they were going to get backlash, yet still did it. It says, it's all to cover up our predators court proceeding. Actually, don't let Korea fool you. The sudden leaks and controversy isn't a coincidence. Genuinely confused why people don't listen to black artists, especially the ones these K-pop groups imitate, either through music or dance. And this person here said, the music industry is all about imitation, inspiration. The only issue you all have here is another race, ethnicity, or a race is doing it. I'm gonna say something to the younger K-pop fans, and this is all races. A lot of y'all be talking, and I get where y'all coming from, but y'all just throw a lot of words out there and don't know what y'all talking about. Like the person saying that there's a lot of inspiration and stuff like that. Y'all just upset because people are doing this. So I'm gonna first look up ism, because this is not ism, it's something else. So ism definition here is prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism by an individual, community, or institution against a person or people in the basis of their membership in a particular racial or ethnic group, typically one that is a minority. So that's probably why they use that word. They use ism. So they're accused of that. I think it's something else, because they also said this is xenophobia. I can see where people might say this is ism. I kind of agree with that, but I think it's something else. Let me go ahead and read these other definitions of this. I feel like this is a culture appropriation. So let me go ahead and read this. An easy way to remember the difference between culture appropriation and culture appreciation is to remember that culture appropriation is about honoring a culture. A culture appreciation, is about honoring a culture, whereas a culture appropriation is dishonoring or demeaning a culture. I believe that this is more of the culture appropriation, is dishonor and demean the culture. Culture appropriation takes place when members of a majority group adopt a culture, elements of a minority group in an exploitative, disrespectful, or stereotypical way. To fully understand its consequences, though, we need to make sure we have a working definition of culture itself. I don't know so much about the ism, but I definitely see a lot of culture appropriation here. And y'all can go ahead, I'm not trying to start a war here. I'm just trying to give you my opinion, what I see of this. And this is where I said that I'm going to go into XG and I'm going to use them as an example. Now, XG is a Japanese girl group based in South Korea. I know that So please don't come over here and try to correct me. I'm just using them as an example, um, because their music, I do like their music and I do like their style. One of the reasons why I like their style is because they remind me of the '90s, like the early 2000s. Excuse me. And this is what XG said. XG said their music is really inspired by Beyonce and Rihanna. For the people who saying inspired, they are actually inspired. So down here, one of the group members says our music is based on R&B and hip hop, but we try to add a bit of XG originality to it. XG does a wonderful job at this. I have done reaction videos to their on their channel. They do a very good job of this. I love how the way they put their own swag on whatever they're inspired by, and this is what I love about XG. And then it says R&B and hip hop are genres that have really influenced us. So American music has really impacted us. She said before going on to name some of their favorite artists, especially Beyonce, Rihanna, her, and Cism. It says I've been really inspired by American artists. So this is the part down here I want you guys to see, where this is where it becomes, this is a culture appreciation. They said they went on to release remixes of both tracks in the following months featuring Rico Nasty. She is a black girl, female rapper. And then Got Seven, Jackson Wayne, y'all should know who he is. And then you have Sierra. She is a black, female singer. And they said they did this respectfully. They show respect to these people. I have seen XG. Let me know if I'm wrong. I have seen videos where they're talking, giggling, laughing, going on. I have seen so many videos besides their music videos. These young ladies know how to represent someone without disrespecting them or disrespecting the culture. They do appreciate the culture. I know that for a fact. I don't know too much about Kiss of Life. I heard things about somebody. We're going to talk about that later on. I have heard some things about Kiss of Life members before in the past. But what I've seen with XG so far, I'm impressed. I like what I see. Now, another person too that I want to use as an example, and the reason why I use XG is because there is people who like K-pop. They also like J-pop. So this group is a J-pop group that's based out of, Korea. And I think they do a good job of representing, their culture, mixing it with American culture. It's a lot of respect. I've never seen them disrespect hip hop or R&B. So I had to use them as an example. Now, the next person who I'm going to use as an example is Psy. I don't know if y'all remember this, but I don't know if y'all ever know this, or y'all probably too young. Back in 2012 American Music Awards, Psy brings, MC Hammer out on the stage. And he pretty much danced with him. He mixed the song Too Legit to Quit mixed with Gangnam Style. I remember seeing this. I was real young. I was so happy. I thought this was cool. So many people talked about it. Not one black person said, not one race said Psy was ism, culture appropriating, none of that. He showed respect to the culture, and that was that. I believe a lot of the newer K-pop stars, they're following too much. A lot of anybody, not just the K-pop stars, they're following too much and closely trying to imitate somebody else. I kind of talked about this with other American celebrities already. I've kind of talked about this already on the channel to give you guys an example. I already talked about this. I just feel that with the newer artists, they want to, and I noticed this too with K-pop. I've been saying that K-pop has been changing. I noticed that they're trying to be more westernized. And don't sit here and try to say that's not true. There have been people who point this out, that K-pop groups are trying to be more westernized. They're trying to be more over here and less over there in Korea, because that's another story where K-pop stars, um, well, Korean stars in general, they are disrespected over there in Korea. I've talked about this already on this channel, so please don't act like y'all dumb and y'all don't know what I'm talking about. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about and where I'm going at. So a lot of them want international fans. They want to grow. To me, I have respect for Psy. I have a lot of respect for him. I know some people don't care for him, but I actually have a lot of respect for him because I've seen what he done in the past. He just you know, he has respect for the culture. And I also use XG because XG as well has respect for the culture. You know, they don't even, and I had to bring them out so you guys can get a good example of what is how do you infuse hip hop and R&B or any other different type of genre into your how do you infuse culture into your genre of music and do it respectfully. I just want you guys to look at them. They're a good example. They're up and coming K-pop stars. Y'all really do need to look at these two artists to see how they do it. These two group, the group that I just mentioned, and see how they do it. And before I go on to talk more about Kiss of Life, I want to play this video for you guys. Impressive. Shout out to this YouTuber. Is a very big, you know, channel over here in, you know, for YouTubers over here in America. They cover a lot of, you know, celebrity gossip. And I want to bring out people now are beginning to talk more and more about K-pop artists. They're digging, they're researching. That's what I'm saying. This is not a good look because what's going to happen is more K-pop stars are going to get exposed, just like how Blackpink did. They got exposed, and now more people have more to say about each and every artist because K-pop now. Some of the Korean celebrities, especially in K-pop, they're known as stealing from the Black culture. So I just want to bring this out. I'm not trying to, you know, cause a ruckus. I'm just letting you know that they need to be more like how Psy have done it. They need to go back to original way how they used to promote themselves over here to the American audience because the American audience are paying attention and they're making videos. They're talking about them 24/7 now and talking about the controversy and the drama around them. So let me play this video for you guys. And it's from Impressive.
All of that is very minuscule in comparison to the racial slurs that some of these K-pop artists were using. In fact, there's a video of the members of Blackpink saying the N-word, and I tell you, it's cringy, it's offensive, and it's crazy. So basically, they had a whole reel of different members from Blackpink using the N-word, and they were performing these songs, I think, at an audition, I believe. So I guess they felt like it was necessary to sing those lyrics, but they're not Black, so they have no business saying the N-word. I don't care if there was no malice in it. They shouldn't say it. And honestly, Black people shouldn't say it either because it's an offensive racial slur. But people of other races should know by now that that word is completely off limits. So there's really no defending that, and it really makes the girls from Blackpink look bad. And they aren't the only ones, by the way. I mean, there are several different K-pop artists who have been caught using the N-word and appropriating Black culture. It's what they do, which is why the industry is so problematic. And you even look at Lisa and how many times she dropped the N-word, but when she sees a Black reporter on the red carpet, she turns the other way. She's like, no, I don't talk to Blackies.
Oh my God, Lisa. Lisa, can we get one question for Canada?
So sorry.
Okay. All right, so here we have Lisa, and even though we've got blinks, I'm trying to do this for Lainey, I'm trying to do this for the rest of us, but they don't want to talk to us right now.
Of course she don't want to talk to you because she doesn't see you as important. But anyway, this whole Blackpink story is truly a mess, and they even leaked some of their audition videos, and it really exposed just how limited the girls are when it comes to their talent. I mean, that isn't a surprise. I do think in the K-pop industry, they do rely heavily on theatrics and looks and aesthetics versus actual talent. So that's not a surprise to me, but it would be nice if Black artists who are actually talented got the same amount of investment and attention that a lot of these K-pop artists get in the US, because I noticed that the American labels are putting a lot of money in these K-pop artists that they don't put in other black artists. And I do understand that some of these K-pop artists do have a much bigger following, so the labels will be more incentivized to invest in them. So I get that. But at the same time, it would be nice if other black female artists got the same promotion and investment. But anyway, tell me what
So yeah, I just want to bring you out. This is not a good look, and they are now trying to expose the K-pop stars, certain ones, of being a ism toward towards black people. They she showed this clip of Lisa not talking to a reporter. I don't know why Lisa wasn't able to talk to the reporter. It didn't seem like she was trying to ignore him. And you hear what she said? She doesn't want to talk to a blackie because they're not important. This is the image that's being put over here for certain K-pop stars. Do y'all want this image that y'all hate black people, but y'all love the culture? This is why I say we need more people that's gonna be a good representation for you guys, like Psy, somebody like him, because the representation right now for you guys looks really bad. I'm just putting that out there. And it's not just her, it's a whole lot of Western YouTubers are beginning to talk about K-pop. They begin to talk more about the K-pop artists and how they're coming over here. They want to be more westernized and they want to mix and mingle with us, but only with certain people. So it's not a good look. So let's get back to Kiss of Life topic. So Kiss of Life issued an apology for the live stream, but internet refuses to accept it. Here is why. Kiss of Life irked many after their recent live stream celebrating member Julie's birthday sparked accusation of cultural appropriation. See what I said? I said cultural appropriation. I told you that's what it was. The theme of the live was old school hip hop vibes and featured its member Julie Bell, Natty, and Helen sporting outfits and hairdos associated with black culture that got perceived as culturally insensitive. This was a good idea, but like I state, I showed you guys how XG does it. I let you guys see how they are inspired. We all see how XG does it. I just show you an example of how the way they did it. They did it in a respectful way. So Kiss of Life has issued an apology following the controversy that hit the girl band after a live broadcast amid backlash and boycott demand by netizens. The K group issued a statement on April the 3rd. And I'm going to put something out here. It's not just black people are saying this, also Korean people as well have came out and spoke out about this. And this is where I hate the fact that some people try to say it's just black people talking about this. I'm going to let you guys see there was a mixture of different races of people that were talking about this. So it says Kiss of Life, okay, many after their recent live stream celebrating Remember Julie's birthday spark, where we read that, but everything went down the drain when viewers started calling out the portrayal as offensive and stereotypical. Many even criticized the group for such its portrayal, despite two of its members being born and raised in the U.S. The videos and clips from the broadcast went viral, infuriating internet users who thought it was a mockery of the black culture. Following the backlash, Kiss of Life issued a formal apology. Its agency S2 Entertainment released a statement apologizing for causing discomfort through the video that was posted on the band's YouTube channel on April the 2nd. And yes, somebody did mention this, that this agency, this entertainment is already having a lot of issues already. They're already having issues already, honey. That's another video. And it says, hiding behind their agency is crazy. If you can be an ace on live, you can apologize on live. You're grown women. Own up to the ish that you do wrong instead of hiding behind your company. Now, I don't know if this is the real person picture, but I just want you guys to see. It's a mixture of people who talked about it. Here's another person. It says, Julie, born in Hawaii, said the N-word and apologized. See what I told you? They have done, somebody already in the past from this group has done something. Belle, born in Seattle, acting crazy. I actually like Kiss of Life, and I thought Julie's apology was sincere, but this proves that black people are just something you can make fun of. But if you get backlash, you're sorry. Oh, excuse me, I think I read that wrong. It says, but this proves that black people are just something you can make fun of. Okay, but if you get backlash, you're sorry. So somebody says, Kiss of Life agency statement and apology. I believe this is more people It's me right here. Oh yeah, this is the apology. Y'all can see that. Y'all can go ahead and read that. But that's the apology. I can let y'all see. That's in their statement because that's what they said. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna go. So this is their apology. It says, "Kids, hello. This is S2 Entertainment. We like to address the issue that arose from the content that was uploaded on Kiss of Life's official YouTube yesterday, April the 2nd. We sincerely apologize for causing discomfort to our viewers. The true purpose of the content was celebrate hip hop culture where much of the musical inspiration for Kiss of Life comes from. We apologize for our shortcomings in recognizing the negative culture implications that our content would be perceived as. Our members and our team promise to approach culture reference with greater conscience and respect moving forward, and all related content has been removed from our channels. Thank you, S2 Entertainment. I'm sorry, Kiss of Life are neither uneducated nor ignorant. They knew exactly what they were doing and just didn't care. And I want to say this too. A lot of y'all like to say that, oh, they're uneducated and they're ignorant. Can we stop with that? This is 2025. All of us got Google, okay? All of us can do research on a culture appropriation and ism and imitation and copy and paste. We know how to do research. Can we stop acting like we're a bunch of 2-year-olds and we don't know what we're doing? These are grown women. These are not little kids. All right. So I'm glad that people are coming out and bring that up. Then it says, what Kiss of Life did is modern day blackface and culture mockery. Thank you. Dressing up as black people like real Halloween costumes while indulging in exaggerated stereotypes. This wasn't accidental. They sat down, planned this, and got dressed. So netizens refused to buy the apology. So the apology, however, failed to impress netizens who called out the group for not addressing the matter properly. One user wrote on X, K-pop companies make their eyes right hand written apology letters for dating, but upload a lame Abe apology when they're straight up being aces. LOL, this is just so funny. Another user added, the true purpose of the content was to celebrate hip hop culture. So if I was dressed as an Asian woman and started doing stereotypical ish, that's celebrating y'all culture. Like, who are you trying to fool? So they made their debut in 2023. Let me go back up here. This person here said blackface, and I want you guys to know what blackface is. So it says, this is why blackface is offensive. So I want you guys to see this. Don Lemon explores the history of blackface. So as you can see, somebody is white and they have paintings of, they paint somebody black over their face. No, they didn't do this, but they were acting and portraying as black people. So let me play this for you guys real quick. Like, that video didn't work, so we're gonna go on. The racist origins of blackface. Okay, I said that. I said the word, but I was trying not to say it. But here it says, blackface isn't just about painting one's skin darker or putting on a costume. It invokes a racist and painful history. The origin of blackface date back to the minstrel shows of mid-19th century. White performers darken their skin with polish and cork, put on tattered clothes, and exaggerate their features to look stereotypically black. The first minstrel shows mimic enslaved Africans on southern plantations, depicting black people as lazy, ignorant, cowardly, or hypersexual, according to the Smithsonian's National Museum of African American History and Culture. So I wanted to bring that out. I've already talked about this before on this channel. About where did hip hop came from. Hip hop it was created by black people. If y'all did not know, out of New York in the 80s to basically talk about the oppression that they were getting in the past, in the past, in the present, and in the future, but mainly in the past. So that's where hip hop have come from. I know y'all have seen it where it's about XCX or money and women, but no. Hip hop is basically, that's where it comes from. It's about black people's oppression. That black people were the ones that created it. So when I see something like this, where young women,
Little Taco Bell, be quiet. Okay. Little Taco Bell, be a little loud today.
Yeah. Yup. Yup. Yup, baby. Yup.
you can't tell me that that's not cultural appropriation. That's not ism. You can't tell me. I say it's moral culture appropriation, This is the sign. This is a case of black fishing without the skin tone being changed. They are acting like a stereotypical black person. You can say what you want to say. Going back to what Psy did, I want you guys to see this video here real quick. Like, this is a very good example of how people represented Kendrick Lamar. A lot of people around the globe was doing the Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl dance. I mean, everywhere I had looked, everybody was doing. This is a good representation of a culture appreciation. So I want to play this video for you guys and let you see how some people around the globe, how the way they appreciated Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl performance.
This Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl dance is actually called the Kendrick Lamar Shuffle. That's the name they're giving it. And guess what? Every other country is doing it. From Africa to Asia to America to Canada to North America, South America to Europe, everybody. And we're just going to look at some of the countries jumping into it. Not all though, just some of them. So let's just get into it.
Boys to the truck, they walk around like these. What's up with these Antonio? Trying to see Compton. In the street and hating, bump them all in their mama. How many options really got? I mean, it's too many options. In the crime showing his body, I'm John Stockton. What? It's a cultural divide. I'ma get it on the flow. You really about to do it? 40 acres in the mule. This is bigger than the music. You really about to do it? Yeah,
just hold on.
Game, but I want to make a move. I want to perform their favorite song, but you know they love the sue. What song? Yeah, that song. Maybe I think about it. Oh, no. Yeah, like, what's that 100 beat up, he a freak though, man down, call like Ember Lambs, tell him breathe. You really about to do it? 40 acres in the mule, this is bigger than the music. You really about to do it? Yeah, they tried to rig the game, but you can't fake influence. They get on it like that. Hey, I'm tripping, I'm sliding, I'm riding through the back like what's that 100 beat up, hey, I'm tripping, I'm sliding, I'm riding through the back like what's that 100 beat, bro? Deep boat in the rap, he a freak though, man down, call like Ember Lambs, tell him breathe. Let them boys to the cross, they walk around like these. What's up with these Antonio? Oh no. It's a cultural divide, I'ma get it on the flow. You really about to do it? 40 acres in the mule, this is bigger than the music. You really about to do it? Yeah, they tried to rig the game, but you can't fake influence. They get on it like that. Hey, I'm tripping, I'm sliding, I'm riding through the back like what's that 100 beat, bro? Deep boat in the rap, he a freak though, man down, call like Ember Lambs, tell him breathe. Then them boys to the truck, they walk around like these. What's up with these Antonio? Trying to see Compton. In the street and hating, bump them all. You really about to do it? 40 acres in the mule, this is bigger than the music. Wow. You really about to do it? Yeah, they tried to rig the game.
All right, so that's a way how you appreciate the culture. You saw everybody around the globe. They wanted to dance and sing like Kendrick Lamar. I even saw some women around the globe. They were dancing like his backup dancers. They did it in a respectful manner. So this is one thing that they could have did. Like, they could have did the Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl dance. They could have did some Beyonce dance or something. Like, something to have respect for the culture. Well, they were mainly doing hip hop, so it had been like Kendrick Lamar dance. They could have did something from Doechii dance that in the past. There was a dance from Doechii in the past that went viral. So they could have done a lot of things. This is just an example of what they could have done for her for the, I think it's Julie's birthday celebration. How he honored MC Hammer, and he also did that mix of honoring hip hop. He did it in a good way. He did it in a respectful manner. And also, I like the fact that they brought Rico Nasty on their track to do a do a remix. I like how the way they did that. I thought that was cool that they brought her on a remix, because a lot of Rico Nasty doesn't really get a lot of attention to her channel. So that was good for Rico Nasty as well. I also remember them too. They were like a surprise guest at, like I told you, it was like it was the Coachella 2023. That's what it was. It was Jackson Wang and surprise guest here performed X's songs Left Right. That was at the Coachella. All right, so this is the Left Right remix that was, I think, was back in 2023 with Jackson Wang. I'm just letting you guys, giving you guys an example of how the way you can. There's ways to dress. There's ways because I've seen how the way they dress too. I like how the way they dress too as well. I like how the way they do things. New Jeans is another one too. Even though despite all the controversy with New Jeans, they too did a good job of respecting the culture and putting their own swag with it. I want y'all to understand it's nothing wrong with being inspired by someone and you're inspired by someone and you want to put their culture into yours. That's fine. I'm just giving y'all good examples of it. Unfortunately, Kiss of Life, what the Kiss of Life did was not a good example. This is not, no. We got to stop doing this and stop calling these people ignorant. I'm so happy that people came out and spoke the truth and be like, this got to stop. This got to stop. Let me know what y'all think down below. Like I said, I'm not trying to offend anyone. I'm just trying to break it down that have been people in the past who are from the Asian music. They have showed respect to the culture, but unfortunately, I keep seeing this over and over and over with the up and coming new artists. Y'all are trying way too hard, and it's making y'all look like y'all culture appropriating so bad. So bad. Y'all got to do this a different way. There's so many different ways they could have done this. They could have, brought, featured. They could have call somebody, invite, talk to them over line, another hip hop star, if they want to do this. They could have performed. Instead of dressing up like this, they could have performed one of their favorite hip hop star songs. That would have been cool. You know, they could have did a lot of things. It's a lot of things you can do to give back respect to the culture. You don't have to do all of this. But yeah, let me know what y'all think down below in the comment area. But I have to now see y'all later. Peace.